Okay, welcome. Today I'm going to be offering a reflection for men, in particular when you want to be vulnerable in relationships. So enjoy. So today I wanted to share a little bit about vulnerability in relationships. It's kind of coming to me over the last couple of months, speaking to clients, friends, that as men, it's becoming more of an expectation that we start to soften, that we start to become and show our vulnerability more. Whether, when you're looking at the masculine to feminine, looking that we soften, that we become more feminine. And I feel personally it's good to have that balance, to become more feminine, to be more intuitive, to have that side to ourselves, to be more open-hearted, to be connected to our emotions. But also I'm aware about not getting lost in that. So what I've noticed is, for example, last month there was that Gillette advert which came out, which made quite a storm. And in it talks about men becoming more vulnerable, becoming softer. And yet, at the same time, how are the women receiving men when they're vulnerable? And what I'm hearing from clients and friends is they're saying that actually their women are struggling when they become vulnerable. They want them to be strong. They want them to be, tough. And they don't want them to break down and to cry, and they don't want them to go into their emotions. So for men at the moment, it's a bit of confusion. It's like on one level we're being told to soften, to do our healing work, to go within, and yet on another level, when we do, we are being criticized, or we're told, no, you can't do that. So it's like we're feeling a bit lost. So today I just thought I'd share a few ideas with you. So I'm very fortunate in my relationship that I have a woman who is able to hold a strong space when I'm going into my stuff. And what I would say is the first thing is to explain to your partner. If you're a man and you know at some point you are starting to do inner work and you might break down, have a cry, to let them know that might happen and to say what your needs are. And what I hear from women is women say, I don't want to be this man's mother. And yet what my wife says to me, and she says that, well, it's true, but it's also important at times when a man is vulnerable to step into that mothering energy as a woman. Not to become the mother, but to have that mothering energy. Because, for me, sometimes my wife sees me as if I've been off working 2-3 weeks, I'm really tired, I come home. It's like me returning from battle. I'm tired. And she just holds me. She just holds me. And it's kind of, that mothering energy. And then the next day, we go back into loving, the lover energy. But I feel that it's really important that we have an aspect to that the woman is able to step into the mother, and it's actually okay. It's okay to step into that mother energy. What for me is not okay is when we start to indulge as a man. We open up our emotions and we're just dumping onto our partners all the time. And that's the second thing really, is to say to your partner, if you start to indulge, then she needs to be very firm with you and to say, look, you're indulging. And it's important for you to show your vulnerability, but not to get lost in it. And our partners, our women, are wonderful for showing us when we're stuck sometimes. So for me, the third thing is, for you as a man, it is important for you to join a men's group. It's important for you to do a lot of this process, this vulnerable work, in a men's group. And also, if you feel you've got some deep wounds, is to work with a therapist, a coach, someone who will help you through this. So you're not just using your partner, your woman, as a coach, as a therapist. It's like, no wonder she doesn't want to see your vulnerability, because it's like you're overindulging in her eyes, and therefore that would be the third thing, is find a men's group where you can get support of other brothers. Find a therapist, someone you can work with to work through your trauma, and therefore you're not dumping it onto your partner. So yes, so that's just a few reflections. So if you're feeling, you want to be vulnerable, so these 3 steps, communicate with your partner. Tell them that this might come up, and what you would really love is for them to hold the space for you, to love you, and rather than, shaming you for that, because that's what you've received a lot in your life. Second thing is to say, if you start to indulge, tell her, say, let me know. And the third thing is to join a men's group, the Mankind Project, do some amazing weekends. I've done the new warrior training adventure, which was amazing. And then, then I've got an amazing band of brothers who I can speak to if I'm struggling. And also find a therapist or a coach if you've got some deep healing which you need to do to support you through it. So those 3 things. So please do comment below if you have any questions, and yeah, have an amazing day, weekend, and look forward to connecting soon. Many blessings.